Good afternoon, Carter's kids. Now, this book, The Big Mitten, written by Madge Tovey and illustrated by Rodney Bills. This book, it's about a mitten. And it is so cold outside that I have mittens of myself. And those mittens keep me very, very warm. So let's see what happens to the mitten in this story. Mitya lives way up north near a big forest where it gets very, very cold. Cold like it is today, and snowing also. One day, Babushka knitted some really new mittens to keep Mitya's hands warm. They were beautiful red, white, and soft. Mitya wore his new mittens into the forest as he looked for firewood. When he stopped to tie his boot, he forgot one mitten he left under the tree. I hate when that happens. You lose one mitten, one glove. Who comes along? Soon Mouse came shivering and shaking with the cold. What's this? He sniffed. Something warm just for me. Mouse crawled inside. He wiggled and snuggled and made himself cozy and warm. What is the mouse? Cozy and warm. But soon Rabbit came, and he was shivering and shaking with the cold. What's this? He sniffed. Sniffed the mitten. Something warm just for me. No, just for me, said Mouse. Uh-oh, some problems. What do you think is going to happen next? Please let me in too, begged the rabbit. Mouse feet. Mouse looked at Rabbit's big feet. He sighed and reluctantly moved over. Rabbit crawled inside. That's so nice of him to share his space. Mouse and Rabbit wiggled and snuggled and made themselves cozy and warm. Who came by next? Yes, soon Hedgehog came by, shivering and shaking with the cold. What's this? He sniffed the mitten. Something warm just for me? What did the other animals, the rabbit and the mouse, say? They said, no, just for us, said the mouse and rabbit. Please let me in too, begged the hedgehog. Mouse and rabbit looked at Hedgehog Prickles. And reluctantly moved over. Hedgehog crawled inside, and it was Mouse, Rabbit, and the hedgehog wiggled and snuggled and made themselves what? Cozy and warm. But then soon Fox came by shivering and cold. What's this? He sniffed the mitten. Something warm just for me? What do you think they're going to say? What do you think the rabbit, the mouse, and the hedgehog is going to say? You've got it. They said, no, just for us, said the mouse, rabbit, and hedgehog. But the fox begged, please let me in, please let me in. Mouse, rabbit, hedgehogs looked at the fox bushy tail. They sighed and reluctantly moved over. Fox crawled inside. Mouse, rabbit, hedgehog, and the fox wiggled and snuggled and made themselves warm and cozy. But who comes next? Soon, Bear came by, shivering and shaking with cold. What's this? He sniffed the mitten. Something warm just for me? What did the rabbit and the mouse and the fox and the hedgehog say? No, just for us. Move over, growled Bear. Oh, that wasn't very nice. Mouse, rabbit, hedgehog, and fox looked at the bear's sharp claws. Look at those sharp claws. They sighed and reluctantly moved over. Bear crawled inside. Now it's Mouse, the rabbit, the hedgehog, the fox, and the bear, and they all wiggled and snuggled and made themselves cozy and warm. But what happens? Bear rolled over and poked Fox with one of his sharp claws. Fox rolled over and brushed Hedgehog with his bushy tail. Hedgehog rolled over and scratched Rabbit with his prickles. And Rabbit rolled over and bumped Mouse with his big feet. Mouse rolled over and tickled Bear's nose with his long whiskers. And what happened next? Bear sneezed. Ha, 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 shoo! Oh, and everyone blew out of the red Big Mitten. The end. Oh, poor Big Mitten. Here we have our Big Mitten. And who can tell me who was the first animal to come by and see the mitten? Who remembers? Yes, it was the mouse. And he sniffed and he said, "What is this? Something that I can have just for me." So he crawled on in. And then who came next? That's right. The rabbit came on by. He sniffed. Well, just for me? The mouse really didn't want the rabbit to come, but he reluctantly moved over. And he was inside the mitten, and they all was cozy and warm. And then who came on by? What animal came on by? Yeah, that's right. That hedgehog came on by, and he sniffed, and he asked them, could he join in? And they reluctantly moved on over, made some space for the hedgehog. And then we have the next animal, which was that's right, the fox with his bushy tail. They looked at his bushy tail, and he asked, he begged, "Can I come in? Can I get in there? I want to be warm and cozy also." And they reluctantly moved on over and let the fox come on in with his bushy old tail. And then the last animal, yes, it was that big brown bear. But he wasn't so nice. He just said, "Move over." Oh, they all moved over reluctantly, and he got into the glove, and they all was warm and cozy. But then the bear sneezed. Achoo! the poor Mitten was ripped to pieces. Oh, that book was very interesting. So, every time you put on your red mittens and go outside, look out for those animals. They might want to take your mitten so they can get warm and cozy. The end. So we just retold our story using props. Wasn't that fun? Yes, it was. So join us next time for Read Aloud with Carter's Daycare. Bye. Remember, Carter's care for you.